Welcome back. We're still looking at the reasons presented by Kelly Gallagher for developing a strong reading habit in his book, Reading Reasons. We're up to number 7. Why read and read extensively? Because reading is financially rewarding. Gallagher is primarily talking about reading as being part of an overall education that will help lead to better employment and better income in the long run. He points out the average lifetime earnings expectancy of someone who fails to graduate from high school as being at about $936,000. A person who does complete high school and earns that diploma, even without going to college, earns considerably more. Their lifetime earnings will be about $1,216,000. That's a difference of $280,000. How many days of high school does a student attend? Well, if an average school year is 180 days, assume the student might have missed occasionally because they were sick or had a wedding or something important. Let's call it 700 days. So if you're earning $280,000 over your lifetime, how much are you basically making for each of those days you attended? Well, $280,000 divided by 700 equals $400. That's $400 a day you're earning while going to high school. So if you're taking 6 classes a day, that $400 a day works out to be $66.67 per class. So yes, you are earning money when you're coming to my English class, provided you stick it out, get that diploma at the end of the 4 years. Now, unfortunately, this is money that you don't get at the time of the class or when you're doing that reading. The money comes after. If you go out to a restaurant and it's something better than fast food, you don't pay before the meal comes, you pay after the meal comes. If your toilet stops working, you call the plumber, he comes out and fixes it, and then you pay him. Pro tip, don't pay the plumber before the toilet is flushing. If you go to the doctor does his work, and then you pay and pay and pay after the service is rendered. It works, unfortunately, the same with high school. Yes, it would be nice if you could graduate and you could walk across the stage and they would hand you a diploma with one hand and your $280,000 with the other hand, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. You get paid over the course of your lifetime, but the earnings difference is there. It does come largely from being a successful student, and that does certainly include reading. What about college? It does get better. How much better? Let's look at some numbers. If you look back at 1975, which was the year before I graduated from high school, if a person got a bachelor's degree as opposed to just a high school diploma, they would earn more. How much more? 1.5 times as much over their lifetime as someone who only got a high school diploma. By 1999, that differential had increased to 1.8 times as much money for the bachelor's degree holder as a person who only got a high school diploma. This was 16 years ago, and that's the last time Gallagher provided data for, but you can bet that that difference has not gotten any smaller over the time since 1999. Gallagher then goes on to have students confront the question of how much money do you need to be happy, to be satisfied, to be comfortable. And it's probably more than you think. Check out the totals in your area for rent, for transportation you're going to need, for food, for clothing, for miscellaneous expenses, and it adds up quickly. So while we may not have to be rich, you want to have a reasonable income so that you can take care of your family, take care of yourself. Let's suppose an income of about $1,000 a week. You can break that down and it sounds like a lot of money, and that's more than twice minimum wage. But it's still not going to be putting you into a lap of luxury. So you do want to make sure you have a comfortable living and understand what it takes to get there. One thing that's going to help you get to where you can be comfortable is almost certainly going to be reading. So keep it up. Keep reading. Find a good book. Let me know what you found lately and share it with me down in the comments. Let me know what you think of books, reading, and this whole series. Till next time, don't forget to be awesome. And I will talk to you again soon, hopefully. We've still got 2 reasons to go after all.